Hello everyone, it's Pixel again, and this is going to be another review of a creepypasta. So, first and foremost, disclaimer, I own nothing. Everything belongs to the rightful owners, so please go and support them and be nice, please. And also, some viewers may find this disturbing, so viewer discretion is advised, please. So yeah, the title of this one is How Mermaids Are Born, and yeah, so it starts off with, it's about a nurse reminiscing about a day that seems to change her life forever. And it starts off with the narrator telling about how when she was a toddler, she always wanted to help others. Her mother would find her in her room surrounded by her toys, and she would tell her that she was taking care of them all. And this continued into her childhood. She would take care of smaller and defenseless creatures like little puppies or kittens, and sorry about that. And her mother supported her and even bought her like outfits and like a doctor's outfit and the stuff that came with it, and the toys and that came with the outfit as well. And yeah, and this continued, but when she was around 8 or 9 or 10, she was treating animals that her mother had supervision over. And the narrator, she remembers a time when her and her friends came across a baby bird that fell from its nest. And she took it home and nursed it back to health, because her friends thought it was, well, gross looking. I am so sorry about that. But the narrator picked it up and took it home and tried to nurse the baby bird back to health. But given the narrator at the time, she was young, so she didn't understand basically like how to do it properly, because she kept the little bird under her bed in a shoebox. I am so sorry about that. And, well, But the narrator says that she didn't give up. She still kept the baby bird and checked on it before leaving for school and before she goes to sleep. But of course her room started to smell like death. And her mother eventually found out and decide to give the little bird a proper burial. I am so sorry about that. So, and sorry, I'm just trying to get comfy, and I'm sorry, my head is all over the place. Anywho, so her mother helps her out with it, but this didn't stop, because the narrator says that she soon found more animals that were hurt and took them home, so she wouldn't make the same mistake with the little bird again. But one after the other, they were gone. But sadly, that wasn't the case. And when the narrator reached her teens, her mother supported her. She decided to work as a nurse for the local hospitals. And she graduated at the top of her class, but something happens. One day, she finds a group of nurses. I'm sorry about that. She finds some of the nurses gathered around what appears to be a patient that was drowned. Well, not drowned, but something is wrong here, because despite that he looks healthy and fine, there's something on his abdomen. There's something on his abdomen. And it seems that his stomach is... there's some kind of texture on his stomach, almost like it's bubbling. It basically looks like there's bubbles. And it appears to be like they're swimming around in his insides. And the man... So the doctors and the nurses try to keep the man from hurting himself or anyone else. And the narrator... I am sorry about that. The narrator actually looks him in the eyes and sees that he's panicking, and he actually is trying to speak, but it seems that he can't. And something actually begins to form. Something begins to form, and it looks like an orb. It forms from his lips, and it actually lands on the ground, and the narrator goes to see what it is. So yeah, the narrator goes to see what it is. Well, actually, the doctors go to see what it is first, and while everyone else tends to the man. But the narrator does notice that another one comes out. And the narrator explains that she sees what appears to be a tiny hand inside of the orb. And she actually tries to get a better look, and she sees what she can only describe as a fishtail inside it. But yeah, nobody knows what's going on with this man. And the narrator looks at the little creature and sees that it's like it's reaching out for help. So she picks up the orb and places it in. She places the orb somewhere safe and goes back to the patient. But when she returns, she sees that something has happened to the man. There's this, like this weird ooze everywhere, and it also smells like fish. And one of the doctors ends up vomiting. Sorry about that. I am so sorry, excuse me. And the narrator doesn't know what to make of this, because she feels like there's no way to explain or even begin to understand what happened that night. And anyone who was present, they just pretended it never happened. They basically tried to bury this. And well, yeah. But one thing that the narrator does remember is the look in the patient's eyes. And it's revealed that the orbs exploded along with him, but not the one that she saved. And she reveals that she bought that she has an old fish tank for it. And at times, when the light hits it in a certain way, she can see what's really inside of the orb. And it appears to have something in it. And this story ends with this. This little miracle of life just needs someone to protect it. It's recently opened its eyes too, and they are a lovely shade of red and orange. Almost like peering into a sunset. I may not know what it is, but honestly, I don't care. I'm going to tend to it, nurture it, and bring it to full health. That's what nurses do, after all. And that's where the story ends. So, yeah, I won't lie, this was actually kind of low-key adorable. This was actually kind of cute. But of course, it still raises some questions, like what were those orbs? And going by the fact that there's a little mermaid inside one, it could be that... I'm sorry. I just realized that implication. I am so sorry. But yeah, and how did this happen to the man? I mean, there was a thing, I think there was a part in this story that said that he was somewhere on a boat or something. I'm sorry. I am terrible. But yeah, the ending, the scene where where the narrator takes the little orb or the little mermaid home, and it honestly reminded me a lot of a mother seeing her newborn child for the first time. Because, she does say that she plans on taking care of the little mermaid. Yeah, that's kind of what makes it honestly kind of adorable. and kind of sweet in a way, because, like, because well, I mean, yeah, nobody knows how it exactly happened, but sorry about that. But at the end of the day, I mean, it technically is just, well, a baby. Like, the Little Mermaid is, well, a baby. So sorry about that. So there's maybe some, I don't know, but yeah, although I will admit, like, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of questions in this story, but yeah. But all in all, it is actually a pretty nice short story. Because, well, I mean, I cannot speak. But yeah, regardless, like, and I love how it isn't like some giant, the reveal isn't like it's some giant monster. It's basically a baby mermaid. Yeah, because it's basically just a little baby mermaid that is adopted by a nurse. And yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for now, but all in all, this was a very interesting story and a rather interesting take on mermaids. But yeah, that's all for now, but regardless, I do hope you all enjoyed, and thank you all for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!